Good morning everyone, this is Charalambos Pissouros, Senior Analyst at IronFX, bringing you the morning comment for the 14th of October. Scotland announces the first step towards a second referendum. Scotland's First Minister announced yesterday that an Independence Referendum Bill would be published next week for discussion, a first step towards halting a second vote for Scotland to leave the UK. She said Scottish voters should be able to reconsider their position before the UK leaves the EU. Just to be clear, First Minister did not promise or commit that a referendum will definitely take place, at least so far, which may explain why there was no major reaction from sterling on the news. Nevertheless, this could be yet another factor keeping the pound under selling interest in the foreseeable future, as it is likely to heighten the already elevated political uncertainty even further. Overnight, China's CPI and PPI rates for September both surprised to the upside, with the PPI rate entering the positive territory for the first time since 2012. This is a very positive development that could dampen some global deflation concerns, as China's falling producer prices were seen as one of the factors weighing on the inflation prints of many developed economies. Even though more data are needed before we can assume that the days of negative Chinese PPI rates are over, this is certainly a step in the right direction. As for today, during the European morning, we have a very thin data calendar. The most noteworthy indicator we get is Eurozone's trade balance for August. In the US, the key economic release will be the retail sales for September. The forecast is for both the headline and core rates to have risen following the disappointing prints in August. The University of Michigan and the Conference Board Consumer Sentiment Indices both surged above expectations in September, supporting that consumer demand may have rebounded, and alongside it retail sales as well. Coming on top of the rebound in the ISM PMIs for September, a solid retail sales print could raise further the likelihood for a Fed rate hike this year and thereby add fuel to the recent dollar rally. The nation's PPI for September and the preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment for October are also coming out. We have two speakers scheduled for today: Fed Chair Yellen and Cleveland Fed President Loretta Mester. Considering that Mester's position on policy is widely known, as she voted for a hike in September, we expect investors to pay more attention to Chair Yellen, as is usually the case. The topic of her speech will be the elusive Great Recovery, causes and implications for future business cycle dynamics. We don't expect any remarks on monetary policy to be a game changer, as we already heard from her recently at the September FOMC press conference. Nevertheless, her overall tone and any potential comments on the likelihood for a hike this year could prove cause for some volatility in the dollar. For more information, including technical analysis, please read the full comment on IronFX.com or download our app and get all the information you need to trade. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or circle us on Google Plus to get more trading ideas. This is Charalambos Pissouros, Senior Analyst at IronFX, wishing you solid trading.